Okay, welcome everyone to the Nutrition Alignment Call, where we are expanding consciousness and awareness through raising our vibration and frequency, through improving our multidimensional energetic body, through nutrition and emotional alignment, as well as moving energy through with chi, prana, and other activities like that. Here to discuss all aspects of this energetic program, and anyone who has any questions or concerns or anything to share, all things are welcome to discuss here tonight. So I welcome you all and thank you for participating. Appreciate everyone here.
Hey, Ron.
Thank you. How you doing, Keegan?
Hey, good.
How are you, David? Nice to see you.
Good, thank you.
Kai, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right. So would anyone like to share anything? Anyone have any questions?
I did want to share something.
Great. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that, like, with the current circumstances and, the social environment and so forth, that the herbal regimen at its core also really provides me with confidence. And that is like one of the most helpful aspects that I'm experiencing these days.
Excellent. Wow, that's very impressive. I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, at the end of the day, like I can like rest easy and like sleep well knowing that like I'm in good hands. Like my body has what it needs to get past my own ailments I'm dealing with, plus whatever else comes my way. So yeah, I agree with that, Kai.
Thank you. Wow, that's a high compliment for this. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
Yeah, great. Yeah, as we know,
And I agree with Keegan.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. Yeah, the support, the way the system works is really amazing, and each of us individually are able to know that the way the system works, reading the body's energetic field, we're able to tell exactly what our body needs and give it just that, no more, no less, and bring it back into alignment as quickly as possible. So I know, and the immune system support that this provides, especially with the thyroid and balancing the other systems, is really tremendous. So thanks for sharing that. Appreciate it. Yeah.
And if I may share one more thing.
Always.
Thanks. So I'm nearing my 3-month mark.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel really reassured that we'll be able to go through the testing again. So that way I can, understand any shifts, that have happened in my body, and also know that they would be accommodated, through the next, the next regimen. So I'm really looking forward to that part of the process. And also it like creates a renewed, sense of all of the process that I've gone through, to know that I have this, have the end of the 3-month cycle, to really touch base with you in a more detailed way.
Right. Yeah. Great, Kai. Yeah. As we know, each 3-month cycle, we retest, and the body, since it goes through the cycles, just like the seasons, if there's a cleansing cycle, toward the end of that, we retest, and it shows that the body always requires something different because it's no longer working on the same things it was 3 months ago, and it's always upgrading, always improving. So the requirements it has at the end of each cycle are a little bit different, and it's always like a continual upgrade. So yeah, it's exciting to see how the things that it requires change, and it makes total perfect sense. Once one thing is accomplished, then the next thing comes up and it's always an upgrade. It's really amazing. So thanks for sharing that, Kai. Yeah, I'm really excited about doing the retest with you. The next phase. Great. So
So
go ahead.
Ron, you were telling me we were talking about before the call a little bit about your you're a success story. I don't know if you wanted to like get into that now or if you had some other things to cover before that, but I think it'd be really interesting for everyone to hear about that.
Yeah, thank you, Keegan. I appreciate that. Yeah, we were talking, and just for some brief information about my background, I had a really bad car accident, as most of you know, and I was just some years ago, 5 years ago, diagnosed with stage 4 liver damage due to being on over a dozen prescription medications for over 20 years, and told I had 6 to 9 months to live. I got completely resigned myself to the fact that conventional medicine was not able to bring me to where I needed to be, and sought out the help of naturals and herbals and things like that. And eventually, long story short, found this system that I studied with a master herbalist in Canada to learn, and reading the bioenergetic field, information field of the body, and that combined with specifically harmonically balanced and frequency tuned herbal combination formulas brought me to the point from being barely be able to get out of bed to powering through the day, working 16 to 18 hours a day. I don't sleep any more than 3.5 to 4 hours a day, and I bounce out of bed, have energy throughout the day. I'm in a good mood, not all the time, but the majority of the time. And it's just been absolutely amazing the way this system works. And I attribute it to just the way it precisely knows exactly what your body needs, and exactly what your body needs, no more, no less. So we're really finely tuned what the regimen is, and it's cost effective. And you know that you're not buying something that you can't use. So it's been fantastic. It's been phenomenal. And truthfully, after spending over 20 years in doctors' offices and being told that there was no hope for me whatsoever, it's a long, long story, but I didn't think I'd be able to be functioning again, honestly, or to be able to be productive again. And here I am, just several years later, able to bring the system and healing to other, and information and inspiration to other people. And it's been phenomenal. I'm so grateful to be able to do this and to bring this to other people. So thanks for asking, Geeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what has your experience been? If I could ask you, if you could.
Yeah. So I've always been like a health nut and like looking for like how to further advance just my health in general. And I think what stuck out the most with this program, which made me kind of obsessed with it, was that you were able to, in one simple test, to point out all of these like levels and capacities where my organs or gland were functioning. And it'd be one thing to like get tests done, but to like for you to point the things out and I'd be like, yes, like I have that symptom. Yes, that symptom too. You're telling me the symptoms I have, and I didn't even tell you what I was struggling with. It's like, what? What is this? So it's pretty crazy, pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You were able to identify my pancreas was under a lot of stress because of the high fructose corn syrups and some of the prescriptions I was on since childhood, and a lot of the other foods I was eating. So just like getting off those simple foods like wheat, and I was eating a lot of fruit, which I thought was obviously benefiting me. And then it turns out that a lot of that was putting more stress on my pancreas. So I had to hold off on the fruits. And now we're seeing my pancreas numbers improve, and I'm feeling a lot better. So that's not something you'll hear a normal like program or herbalist say is, oh, cut off the fruits. Normally you hear the opposite. Just eat fruits. And so that was really interesting to find that out. And I'm really looking forward to sticking to it, it's been hard. It's a lot of discipline, but it's really rewarding, and especially seeing the numbers improve, and it's cool. It's nice to follow along with it.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been doing fantastic, spectacularly well. And I've seen so much improvement with you. And maybe you could share with us what what you're doing in New York right now and
Yeah,
what the story was with what brought you here.
yeah. So after I think it was in October when you tested me,
Okay.
and after being on the program for not even a month and seeing the amazing results and the energy I got, and just like totally a 180 from where I was at, I was like, holy crap, Ron, you need to teach me this. Like, how can I learn how to do this? What book do I need to read? Who do I need to talk to? Like, give it to me right now. And you explained to me how it's not yet really here in the States, and you've studied from this master herbalist in Canada. So I'm like, you gotta teach me this, Ron. So you agreed. I drove 1,300 miles up to New York from my hometown in Kansas City to learn this, and I've been working closely with you since New Year's,
Right.
and I have been learning so much. I've been actually able to like be by your side as we help people, and I've been able to witness miracles with my own eyes. To say it's rewarding is an understatement, and it's been really cool just seeing the just the like magic of this program firsthand, and I can't wait to get closer to your level and to get certified and to really help people the way you're helping people.
Wow, that is so inspirational. Thank you. Thank you. You have amazing courage and fortitude and strength, and
Thank you.
it took a lot for you to to take the leap, to drive all the way out here, to come out and stay, and the commitment and your hard work and diligence is really paying off, and I'm really
Oh,
really
thank you.
proud of you. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, really.
And I'm so grateful. There's not anything else I'd rather be doing with my time. It's very fulfilling.
Thank you. It's so great having you as well.
Thank you.
Great working with you.
Thanks.
We're really helping a lot of people, and it, like you said, it is so rewarding to see the results.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thanks, Keegan. So, all right.
Keegan brought up a really good point.
Okay.
That there's not exactly like a scale that we can hop on to see how much stress our pancreas is under, you know?
That's-
Yeah.
So it's pretty magnificent to be able to have some type of like quantification about what is going on internally through these things that are not tangible, that, you know, may not even be detectable by Western medicine.
Mhm. Yeah. Good point. Good point.
And who has the time or the resources to go and spend hundreds of dollars for a test at your doctor's office that you're not even sure if they're testing for the right things, or and it's not like you and a lot of those times it's like taking blood out, and it could be more damaging, and God forbid you don't have health insurance. So it's crazy. And then a lot of these things, for example, the thyroid levels, I don't know if you maybe wanted to say a little bit about that, how they're not even testing for the full spectrum of how what this test covers. And that's a major thing. It's like most of the population, especially here in the United States, is struggling with thyroid issues. And this program directly focuses on it. It's one of the first things we focus on.
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, Keegan. Yeah, there are 7 different thyroid hormones and many levels to that as well. And conventional medicine right now tests for 2 of them. And obviously that's not a full spectrum test and full and a good measure of the full function of the thyroid, which is one of the most important glands right now, that controls a lot of different functions of other organs and glands. Communication, we're finding there's more evidence scientifically that those hormones are responsible for a lot of the bioelectric communication between organs and glands, keeping the body in full balance. So energy levels, clarity of thought, there's just so many different aspects that imbalance in the thyroid can affect, or the balance of which can affect. So it is super important, and I appreciate you bringing that up. And this is something that is one of the main focuses of this program. So being able to do that, to test that in a non-invasive way, in a comprehensive way, it gives us a full spectrum picture of the function of it, is super important and super valuable, as we can see just by the results themselves. So I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I could talk about this all day, but I'm just going to bring up one more thing.
Please do. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And that is that this is like this program, to me, it feels relevant, no matter what the global circumstances are, like keto, paleo, like all of these things lose their relevancy depending upon the context that the person is in, or even their intentions. But, like this is just like applicable all around. And I just want to say that it is a really, really great program. And just for that reason alone, that it doesn't have to necessarily be adapted to the global context. The only thing that you would really gain is just more information that could be perceived through the testing. There's no stepping backwards with this.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maggie. Yeah, great point. Great point. Thanks for sharing that. Cool.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I think what I really like about it is how vast it is and how accommodating it is. So most people, when we start out, we're so clogged up that it's hard to even absorb any of the nutrients, or if we're taking any other supplements, they're not even getting absorbed properly. So the first focus most of the time is to clean out and cleanse the bowel so we can even take in these nutrients. And then and it doesn't matter what stage you're at, it's there's always something that this program can offer you. I think that's it's super cool. It's not like some of the other programs that would just focus, you need to lose weight, you lose weight, you're off the program. It's accommodating for any situation you have. So yeah, that's a really good point.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Keegs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're finding that contrary to some belief, supplementation and adding nutrients into the diet initially can actually stress the body if the body is not in a state of alignment as far as cleansing and detox goes. So what the testing has shown, and this has been over thousands and thousands of clients, I've had thousands of client encounters. My mentor, who's developed the system over the last 40 years, has had countless encounters with clients. The first thing that most people really need to do is to bring their systems into alignment through a cleanse and detox, through like a cleanse and repair phase first, before their body can even really utilize necessary and vital nutrients. So we might think, we need this supplement and that supplement, or multivitamin, this and that and the other thing. But truthfully, what we've been finding is the best results are achieved by doing a specific and very targeted detox and cleanse that is specific to each individual person, and there's not really a one-size-fits-all with that. And only then are they able to really upgrade to being able to supplement with other vital nutrients that we all know we need. And then only then the body really utilize them and integrate them fully and completely. And that helps us accelerate the process from where we are to where we want to be as quickly as possible. So I'm glad you brought that up, Keegs. It's really, really applicable, especially today with the environmental stresses that our bodies are under, from all the full spectrum, from food to water to air, etc. And as you guys know, all of those areas are addressed through this program, and we're able to test even the water that people are drinking, and as well as different foods that may or may not be agreeing with them, etc. So it's been fantastic to see the results for that.
You
I wanted to-
made it. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to thank you for having me. I'm going to have to depart.
Okay.
And I look forward to joining again soon. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Kai.
Thanks,
Appreciate your
Kai.
contribution.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much. Okay.
Enjoy
Thanks.
the rest of your
See you soon.
Absolutely.
You made a really good point, Ron, if I could say something
Please.
real quick,
Yeah, please.
about how the one size fits all aspect. I think what really sets this program apart from others is that most programs, it is a one size fits all. It's, oh, you have this problem or this problem. This is how we tackle it with everyone, really. And there it could be variants, but most of the time it's a one size fits all.
Exactly.
And this program is anything but that. It's you won't find two clients that are on the same combination of herbs and of our herb formulas. You just won't. Every single person, it's unique and completely different to other people, anyone on this program. And we're lucky to have such a vast library of formulas to really target any specific problem. That's what I love about that.
Great point. Really good point. I'm glad you mentioned that, because everybody is so different. Everybody's situation, everybody's life history, the foods they've eaten. It's so obvious that everybody's in a different place than the next person. So how could one particular supplement be for everybody's particular, this one issue, that one, another issue? So it's really something that it just makes complete sense. And when you're able, as we do, to test the bioenergetic field of a person's body and allow their body to tell us exactly what it needs and to what they need to work on in the order it needs to be worked on, the efficiency and precision becomes so finely tuned, so perfect that it's the results are just remarkable, just phenomenal, as we've seen. So yeah,
Exactly.
I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah, well said.
Thank you. So we've had some really terrific successes with people, and maybe there's a couple of people, a couple of examples that we could mention, just in general, possibly. I know we've had people who have had problems. One particular client in the last few months, who's now just begun the second 3-month cycle, was on sleeping medication, was having weight issues, digestive issues, stomach pains, etc., and went to myriad professionals and could not get any other help other than being written a prescription, which is not exactly natural, is not based on any kind of herbal formula or anything natural. These are petrochemicals that are formulated into patentable chemicals. So we know that how could that possibly be good for the body? Maybe it's masking one symptom but creating 3 or 4 or 5 other problems. So now after 3 months, and now beginning the second 3-month cycle, she's no longer on the sleeping medication, transitioned from sleeping medication to melatonin, no longer needing the melatonin, sleeping through the night, has released 15 pounds, has also become more energetic, no longer having the digestive issues or anything like that, and moving into an exercise program as well, yoga, and feeling better than she has. She's telling me since she's been in her 20s, and she's in her late 40s right now. So these are the type of results that we have with people, and these are common. This is not an unusual thing because of the precision of the system and the energetics behind these multiple combination herbal formulas. As we know, these are, as we've said before, they're based on combining herbs, very common herbs that we find, basically the type of everyday type of things that we've all heard of, combined in a way that is based on harmonics, frequency, and resonance, so that they actually come together in a synergistic way, where the phrase I use is 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it winds up equaling 11. So we're combining a few different herbs that all have their own superpowers in a sense, combining them together to make something that is just absolutely phenomenal. And that's the way we're able to get such spectacular results, as well as, you know, this energetic testing that doesn't really exist anywhere. And I'm the first to introduce this style and this type of system into the U.S. And so we're proud to be able to bring this to people and to get some spectacular results with it. So.
Wow.
Do you have do you have any other clients that you've seen that you would like to bring up, to mention?
Well, since David's here, I'm really looking forward to I know you just started, David, but I'm really looking forward to see some success in your case. You haven't been on for too long. Have you noticed anything notable with your situation?
I've noticed some different feelings, sensation in like my core torso area.
You told us something that was pretty significant. Since your case required, like most people, a cleanse, a strong cleanse, and you noticed, what was it, like 2 weeks in, you're with your feet. Do you want to tell us about that?
Oh, that was kind of weird. So I have trouble walking on one of my legs. One of my feet gives me problems around the smaller toes. And one evening after I started this and was getting undressed, I found something underneath my toes that looked kind of like a dark tarry asphalty substance that had come out of my foot.
Yeah, that's Ron, what do you think that is?
Well, we've heard about foot baths being used, and that toxins can be pulled out of the bottom of the feet, which makes perfect sense. So the way I look at this is, since these herbal formulas are all based on frequency, and what is light but frequency, and the toxicity in our body is something that's of a lower frequency. When David had these frequency formulas, basically, in the form of these herbs, and that the information packed in them, it's kind of like saying, where there is light, no darkness can exist. And the light and the frequency of these herbs that's so finely, perfectly tuned to David's body was actually pushing the toxins out of his system through the feet. So that would be my take on that. And does that sound like that resonates with you, David? That makes sense?
Actually, one of my doctors I used to see, I would get ionic foot treatment while I was there.
Is that
So
right?
the body may have picked up on a path that it used to follow and expelled that way.
Yeah. Okay. So it does make sense then.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
You made a good point, Ron. These herbal formulas, they have such a high frequency.
Mhm.
More so than they have several different, it's like a combination. So these different formulas have several different herbs that the herbs alone, they hold pretty high frequencies and vibrations, but together they create such a high frequency that when we ingest them, with a mixture of these formulas, creates like a super ultra high vibration that any of these lower energies and toxins and um, low frequency things in our body simply are incompatible with these herbal formulas. So they have no other choice than to be released and transmuted. So yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. Well said, Keegan. Well said. I
Thank you.
completely agree. Yeah, that's the work. That's the way this works. It's phenomenal. The way these frequencies, the way these are harmonically tuned to support the body. So this is something that really raises your vibe. And as we know, we've had other clients who have said this is, and I'm quoting, this has been a cleanse of every aspect on a multi-dimensional level. Even a soul cleansing seems to be occurring because of the rise in the frequency and the vibration through the cleansing and the upgrade that has occurred through the assimilation of these herbal formulas and the frequencies involved there. So yeah, it's really spectacular, the results we're able to see. So it's also an up leveling. Once a cleanse, and as a cleanse is occurring, an up leveling of our frequency, our vibration, and our consciousness, our awareness becomes more attuned. And then once that occurs, then we're able to up level other areas. And I've heard from people, including myself, my own experience of being more acutely attuned in meditation, in intuitive abilities, in even predicting things and just feeling energy and just being connected with people and connected with the universe on a much higher and much deeper and more attuned level because of this program. It's been phenomenal. So, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how are you feeling, David? Energetically, any other aspects that you might be able to share with us since you've started? It's only been a couple of weeks now, right? So
Yeah, not that long.
Yeah.
I find that I have trouble holding my body heat. I feel cold a lot
Okay.
easier now.
Okay.
And I also just got my Volvic drops today,
Oh, good.
so they just
Nice.
came.
Mm-hmm. Terrific. So those are the drops that we recommend when most of us are in areas where the tap water and the municipal water supply is not exactly providing us with what our body needs. Since I'm able to
Mhm.
measure the energetics of the water that a person is drinking through this through this test, we're able to determine how good the water is overall that we're consuming. And since we're at 70% water, that is a significant part of what we want to be focusing on as far as our intake goes. So what David is referring to are the fulvic mineral drops that I suggest for people to use to add to what I sometimes suggest could be the best and most reliable thing to use for a substitute for their water, which is a distilled water which I can test to make sure that they, in whatever area they're in, that they have something that's being processed properly and doesn't have residues and contaminants in it. And we just add 8 or 9 drops of this fulvic mineral solution that actually restores a full mineral balance as if, and mimics basically the water in its natural state. So, and it has a perfect balance of minerals in the balance that they exist in nature, and also the fulvic acid and humic acid that's associated with that allows those minerals to be ionically balanced and charged so that they can easily penetrate, not only be assimilated and be taken into the bloodstream, but to penetrate cell walls very, very simply and easily without a lot of energy coming from our body. So it's a fantastic combination that I use personally. And so that's what David's referring to with that. So that should really supercharge things for you as well, David, being that, just getting started with that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what your results will be from here.
Okay, and that can only be added to distilled water, not
No.
the spring water I was.
It can be added to spring water as well. It's a significant benefit.
Okay.
Very significant benefit. Yeah, and the spring water we tested was
Okay.
perfect. The spring water you were using in your area was perfect. Adding those minerals in there is going to be a spectacular advancement for your entire system, for your entire body, raising your vibration and frequency, as well as assisting in the cleansing and repair that your body requires right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, very good. So
Yeah, you're pretty lucky that you found some. We found some good spring water for you out there. Up here in New York, there's no spring water. And some of the brands, which I used to like religiously love, comes to turn out. We test it, and they're actually not good at all. And even just like the water may be fine, but it's the process they use to take it. All that stuff comes into a factor, right? Right, Ron? Do you want to say something about that?
yeah, thank you, Keegan. Yeah, that's very true. What may be great underground could be affected and potentially contaminated in the processing, the pumping, the distribution, the bottling, and subsequent handling. So that's what we have found, and we've also found that there was a very popular company in this area that was taken over by a big public company, and the processing facility was changed, and there could be potential. We heard that they're adding salts and minerals to the spring water, and it went from a perfectly balanced water that we tested at the very, very highest levels down to something that dropped about 40% in its cleanliness and safety for our system. So, and it's a very popular water in this area in the Northeast. So Keegan's right. It's really difficult, believe it or not, even today, to find a good spring water. And a lot of the bottled water that we find on the supermarket shelves can be actually tap water that's bottled, and sometimes they say it's filtered, but that may not be good enough, and it still has fluoride in it and possibly chlorine and other things. Although in little, very small amounts, it's still not spring water. It's still filtered tap water in many instances. So if you see it has a municipal source, that's what you're looking at. Actually, a tap water that's been bottled. So it's something to be really aware of. And we can test that for you. Our clients get all their water tested and all their supplements tested and their foods as well. So they know exactly what they're dealing with and exactly how to move forward with full confidence. So glad you brought that up, Keegan. It's very interesting.
Yeah. It is. It really is.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything else? I know we've been on for about 45 minutes right now. How are you guys feeling? Any other subjects you want to bring up? Any other questions?
I don't think I have any more questions.
No, it's just hard
Hmm.
adjusting to different types and combinations of foods. Appetites changed completely. In
Yeah.
fact, mine went away completely for a while.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense, David. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the body as it's going.
I am finding some good things that are waking up though.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. As we know, when we've been in um, certain ways of living and eating for quite a while, it takes a little time to bring us back into alignment. And when the body is feeling these different sensations and cleaning and cleansing and things like that, it's going to go through a little bit of a little bit of discomfort naturally, just initially, and a little bit of readjustment. So the appetite can be suppressed, so to speak, or be a little bit less than it was because the body is now in a cleansing mode, in a detox mode. So it's trying to remove toxins and not want to bring in other things as well. So it can be a common thing just for a couple of weeks, but nothing where you're going to be losing energy or anything like that. So what? Anything else you had?
Right. So yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, there is a question, but it's one that I'll text you.
Okay, great.
That was a change in my medication that we made.
Okay.
So I think I'm good.
All right. Terrific. Terrific. That sounds great, David. Thank you. Thanks for being here with us today.
Yeah.
All right.
Both
Anything
of you
else?
have a good evening.
All right. You too, David.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you for joining us. Thanks for your contribution. It's been very helpful. And I'm sure
Thank you.
that helping other people as
Bye-bye.
well to hear your story. Thank you.
Much love.
Thank
Bye now.
you.
Yep.
You too, brother.
Okay. All right, Keegan. Anything else?
No, I don't think so. I think we had a pretty good call. We covered some good things.
Definitely. Definitely. Okay. So we'll conclude, and just knowing that we're here, if anyone, we're going to be setting up something on the website to do some clarity calls, short 15 to 20-minute call for an introduction. And if anyone is interested in the program, wants to find out a little bit more, and has specific questions that they just want to hop on a Zoom call and get some really super specific answers for, we're going to be setting that up. So we're going to put the links below where you can sign up for a newsletter. You can also fill out a survey, and we can get back to you, answer some questions, get you some more specific information, and also set up a call, a clarity call, or just move forward with the test. So that being said, I appreciate everybody, and thank you so much for being present tonight. And we'll speak with you soon. We'll be on next week again at this time at 7:30. So thank you very much. Thank you, Keegan.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Much love.
Bye. Bye.